Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over how to add an adoptive child into Family Search. So, I'm currently on my third great grandfather, and on his what I like to call his profile page within Family Search, it's just the page that shows you all of his vitals, all of his details, and I want to scroll down to this family members and family relationships section. Now, one of the things that is important is showing that he was married to both Jane Haley Merrill as well as Charlotte and Beck. And it looks like he had two daughters with Charlotte and he had six sons with Jane. So, one thing that I'd want to go back and look at the record for is to see if Charlotte had adopted any or all of these boys into her family after Jane had passed away. So, as you can see, she died in 1866. And then the first child between James and Charlotte was born in 1873. There are currently no marriage events between the two. So, I would like to indicate that probably they were married afterwards. So, if we wanted to add one of these boys, what we would do is we would grab that little ID number and then add the child. And then later on, you could go in and add that relationship. I don't want to add it right now because I want to keep those two things separate just as a personal preference. But what you would do to indicate an adoptive relationship is you would go on that little pencil icon next to their name and then of the child, and it's really important that you do it of the child, and then you would add the relationship type either for the father or for the mother. And so if we click on relationship type, it will take us to select from a drop down what type of relationship this is. So if you were wanting to show that Charlotte had adopted Walter Kennedy, who was the youngest of the boys, then you would be able to say, hey, adoptive, and it could be listed under both parents, having Charlotte be the adopted one or the adoptive parent. And then you could also mark James and Jane as the biological parents. Now, if you are going to mark it under anything other than biological, it would be good to provide any type of reasoning or documentation before you save, just so then other people who are coming onto these profiles can understand what research you did into the background of them. Now, I say everything other than biological because biological is typically going to be pretty self explanatory. If they are or are not the child, you don't necessarily have to have a reason because you often have birth certificates and lots of censuses and lots of records showing that this is a biological relationship. But once you have added those, you would go ahead and click save, and then it would show up as a little indicator underneath the name that it is a adoptive relationship. I'm going to hit cancel here because I know this is a biological relationship and I don't want to edit it too much because I currently appreciate how this is set up for me. But I hope that you found this video helpful in showing you where you would go ahead and add those relationships within Family Search. If you did, be sure to give it a like, subscribe. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. This question actually came from my comments asking for how to change that relationship type. So if you have any requests, feel free to put them in the comments down below. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.